Since the emergence of bread wheat about 10,000 years ago, the unlikely yet successful crossing of two distinct species of wheat has never happened again. Scientists continue to claim that nature was able to produce a series of fortunate genetic anomalies that ultimately transformed humanity, yet are still able to explain how they occurred. It is not only in the development of modern wheat that we find unexplainable events occurring in the plant kingdom that ultimately benefited humanity. The origin of maize, corn, has intrigued historians and geneticists alike. The identity of maize's wild ancestor has long been a mystery. Scientists were at a loss to explain where it came from. Maize does not grow naturally on the planet. The appearance of a plant with soft starchy kernels arranged in long rows on a cob appears abruptly in the archaeological record of the Americas. Evidence suggests that corn was a part of their local diets about 9,000 years ago. Milling tools with maize residue on them have been discovered in the Balsas region of southern Mexico that date back 8,700 years. Researchers believe that early farmers domesticated a wild form of maize which is now extinct or has yet to be discovered. In the last few years, however, geneticists think they have uncovered its source. Evolution is thought to occur gradually through minor changes over extended periods of time. This is not what geneticists found when they sought the origin of corn. Recent research seems to indicate that the development of corn was a feat of genetic engineering. They believe that corn was intentionally developed from the wild grassy plant called teosinte. The confusion experienced in the past occurred because the seeds of teosinte did not resemble maize in its general appearance. Where we would expect to find an ear of corn, teosinte plants contain a cluster of slender seed pods. Each seed pod contains 3 to 8 tightly enclosed seeds, which are covered in a hard, woody protective casing called a glume. The glume allows the seeds to pass more easily through the digestive tract or animals, which aid in seed dispersal or when sitting on the ground during the winter. Teosinte was originally classified as a different genus, but DNA analysis tells another story. It reveals a very close relationship to corn, one so close that the two plants are able to cross-pollinate and produce viable, not sterile, offspring. Because of a mutation to the TGA1 gene, the glume of the teosinte seeds receded to form the now familiar cob and exposed the easier-to-eat kernels. Teosinte has a shattering rachis that falls apart and releases its seeds when it reaches maturity, just like early forms of wheat. Maize, on the other hand, cannot disperse its own seeds. Without people to detach the seeds from the cob, the plant would not survive. When talking about maize, the biggest question we are left with is this: did people actually consume teosinte? Many researchers question whether they ever did. It would have been challenging for our ancestors to free the seeds from the stone-like glume. The yield of edible materials extracted from the seeds would have been extremely low. This leaves us with an evolutionary conundrum. If teosinte seeds were not consumed, why would our ancestors selectively harvest and plant its seeds? How did they know they could develop it into a food source? It would have taken hundreds, if not thousands of years for the genetic changes which transformed teosinte to maize to occur. Why would generation after generation go through their trouble of planting seeds that were inedible? Did they know something in advance? We will never know firsthand why our ancestors abandoned their hunter-gatherer lifestyle and exchanged it for an agrarian one. Was it part of our social evolution, or did some outside influence spur on its development? Likewise, was the transformation of wheat and corn a natural occurrence, or was it a gift from the gods? In time, researchers may discover that these changes, while appearing to be sudden, strange, and seemingly miraculous, were anything but natural.